And there's so much happening, whether you're headed to the game, whether you're headed to Pride tomorrow, the Indians game we mentioned, so much that's going on. The weather is key, whether you're just traveling there to be inside like Gamebridge or you're going to be out and about. Scattered showers, that's the name of the game, and it really is scattered. I mean, it's going to be one of those cases where I can't tell you if any given location will have rain at any specific time this weekend, because the answer will be yes and no, depending on what the time is. Just like we had a heavy downpour in Indy a little bit earlier, now that heavy rain has drifted a little farther to the north, and some of the rain is coming down pretty heavily right now. Anywhere from Anderson up to Frankton over to Sharpsville, we're watching some of this very heavy rain drift to the north. And then as you go farther to the south, while we have a bit of a break here, at least across the city right now, farther to the south and east, we're watching more of these scattered showers lift to the north, so maybe Rushville getting in on some rain showers, and then heavier downpours approaching Greensburg. But as all this continues, you'll get off and on rain chances, and when the rain does come down, it may come down heavily. That may lead to some scattered, isolated flooding. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. What you see is what you get. I'll walk you through some of the events for this weekend and what we can expect for rain chances coming up in just a few.
Okay, we'll be there for that. Thank you so much. And right now, Metro Police are investigating after a man was found fatally shot on the near west side. Officers were called to the area of 10th and Tibbs around 9:30 this morning. They got a report that a person was down. They found a man dead from an apparent gunshot wound. And we don't have any additional details right now. Anyone with info is asked to contact IMPD or to call Crime Stoppers. Also right now, Indianapolis firefighters are looking into what caused a fire this morning at an East Side apartment complex. The firefighters were called to Lexington Park Apartments, which is near 38th and Post Road, before 5 a.m. IFD says 3 apartments were affected. No one was hurt. We are working to learn the extent of the damage there.
Do not let her spin. Let her spin. Let her spin.
As you can see, things got physical here. We are hearing from the woman you see in this video. She was removed from a city-county council meeting. Lauren Roberts, and you see some of her reporters there with her, is accusing Mayor Hogsett's former chief of staff and campaign manager of sexual harassment. This is when she worked for the Hogsett campaign. Lauren Roberts. Emily Longnecker, our reporter, spoke with Lauren for the first time since Monday's incident.
At this point, I have no intention of ever going back in the city-county building. I don't feel physically safe doing that.
And for Lauren Roberts, this is why.
We'll continue to use survivors and our stories as a political football.
The city-county council president ordered deputies to remove her when she continued speaking Monday beyond her allotted time.
Do not put your hands on me. That behavior is inappropriate from law enforcement in any circumstance, aside from maybe someone who's holding a gun and threatening people's safety, but I was just trying to speak.
Roberts was speaking about a report issued by a Chicago law firm that investigated how Mayor Joe Hogsett's administration handled accusations of sexual harassment against the mayor's former chief of staff and campaign manager, Thomas Cook. Roberts is one of 3 women who accused Cook. She called the investigation surface level.
And ultimately, it's just a whitewashing of what happened that ultimately is harming us, the survivors and victims.
The report found the mayor was legally compliant in how he handled the accusations against Cook. Still, 3 city-county councilors have called on him to resign. Hogsett says he has no plans to do that. On Wednesday, City-County Council President Vop Osili issued a statement about what happened at the council meeting, saying he regretted the trauma caused to Roberts and her supporters.
Stop touching me. Do not touch me.
In no place does it say, I apologize or I'm sorry. He also has my phone number.
Osili also said he supported Roberts speaking at a committee meeting next week. But Roberts says she's done telling her story to city leaders, most of whom she says have not listened.
At this point, I'm done doing them any favors and trying to help them do the right thing. That's all I've wanted to do.
Roberts says she'll continue to talk about her experience and says there are others who have gone through similar experiences but who have not come forward yet. She believes they will.
Do not touch. What is wrong with you? Stop it.
You know, truth is contagious, and I think that's why they're afraid of me.
All right, so the Indiana Democratic Party issued a statement which said people challenging the findings of the law firm's report should be able to express their concerns. Here's what the statement says in part. Having citizens removed from a public meeting is an extreme measure in any case. If we all have learned anything from the Trump administration is that division, exclusion, and insults are not the way to conduct public business. We urge all government institutions, including the Indianapolis City County Council, to take a different path. Roberts says she has an attorney and is considering a lot of things in response to Monday's events. And the rape charges against a former IU football player are now dismissed. Connor Delp was back in court yesterday for a hearing. Online court records show 4 counts against him were dismissed. The allegations against him date back to November of 2022. Delp has maintained the interactions between him and the 2 women involved were consensual. And a fake Amber Alert has turned into a murder investigation involving an Indiana mother. And all of this is according to police. And the incident started all the way in the state of Delaware. That is where investigators say 31-year-old Darian Randall reported her 3-year-old daughter, Nola Dinkins, was taken from her Tuesday night. But police in Maryland now say that did not happen. They say the report was just an elaborate cover story. Now, this is a bit tough to hear, but this is what the court documents say. Police learned that Randall beat Nola so severely with a belt that the girl collapsed and died. Then they say Randall and her boyfriend put Nola's body in a suitcase before hiding it on a vacant property near his own. The court documents say Randall was in a custody dispute with Nola's father for years. Randall lived in Marion, Indiana. Nola's father lived in Indianapolis. Well, now Randall is charged with first-degree murder and child abuse. Her boyfriend is facing multiple counts, including accessory to murder.